Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So inside inspection, I do mine a little bit different than how you'll watch them do theirs in the videos or how the paperwork is. I think everything that requires no power, I'm going to do first, and then I do all my powered items. So I start from behind with my seatbelt. Secure, no rips, no tears, locks and unlocks. Mirrors are both clean and adjusted. 3 reflective triangles, or simplify it, 3 triangles. Fire extinguisher is secure, full, and it has a pin. Spare fuses. Windshield is secure, no crack, no damage, no illegal stickers. Wipers are secure, no crack, no damage, and the rubber on them is not ripped or torn. Then I'll put the truck in the on position, let the gauges move a second, tell them it is in neutral, crank it up. I start on my left side and just work across my dash. So my low beams are on this side. If you want to lean over and see, you can. So low beams are up. Mm-hmm. Leave them on. Pull the stick. You'll see the high beam light come on. If your low beams are not on, the highs will not work. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Left signal, right signal, 4-way flashers all work. Then I go to my gauges. Oil, rising to safe pressure. Water, rising to safe temperature. Battery should be between 12 and 14. The def light works in the green. Air gauges are rising to cutoff. City horn works. And then wipers work. There's no fluid in it at the moment. I'll put some in it. And then last but not least, we just turn this middle one over here. It's a little guy. Defrost works. Heat works. We'll call it a day. We live in Florida. We don't want to turn the heat on. It gets too hot. So they don't require you to turn it on.
Okay.
Now, if somebody else, they probably would, but not from this speed. And now we're waiting for our cutoff. That is your inside inspection.
Wow.
It seems like a lot, it's really not. And also, once you find your own pathway to it, it'll flow. I've found it easier to kind of do all the non-powered first, and then I can just focus on the dash, because the dash is pretty much all your powered items.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right.
However you find it most comfortable for yourself.
Can you explain the high beam, low beam one more time?
So, the little button here, you
Right.
just turn up for your lows.
Okay.
Leave them, don't mess with it.
Okay.
Pull the stick like a car for your highs.
Oh, will they stay on for high beams or no?
If you push forward, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a car one.
Oh, okay.
Pulling it's kind of like flashing it.
Oh, yeah, right.
But if the low beams are not on, or if you push it down, the high beams will not work. So if you don't see that light coming on when you're talking about your lows and highs, that means you didn't turn your low beams on.
Okay.
That's how we kind of know if we have them on.
All right.
And no, you do not have to get out and look at all the lights. They just
You have to tell the instructor, my headlights are on.
You just say they work. They work. That's it.
Oh.
Simplified a little bit. We already know they work. So
Right.
we don't make you guys do that. In the
Okay.
real world, yes, you would get out, check all your lights, do a full 360 and all that fun stuff.
So we're just waiting for the governor to cut off.
Yep.
It's between 120 to 140.
Yep.
And then one part that I was having a hard time was with understanding the stabilizing. So basically, once it sneezes, then are we going to put our foot on the brake and then watch it to go to directly to 120 and 140?
I'll as soon as it happens, I'll
So the answer was no. Okay. My video. Because I didn't put your face, so. Okay. So you're just revving it to how many RPMs?
So when if you're waiting on this to cut off, if you rev it up to 10,000, it'll help the compressor.
There it goes. That's the sneeze.
So that's cut off. That's step 1.
Mm-hmm.
Step 2, turn it off. Step 3,
To the on position.
on position. Step 4, push both in. Now put your foot light press. Now we're waiting for it to stabilize. So it'll stabilize on its own without you having to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure the biggest thing is do not press hard on this pedal.
Okay.
Press hard, it's going to leave.
Okay, yeah.
So just imagine there's it's a feather. You just want it to just not move. That's all it is. Also in this truck, once these pretty much stop hissing, that'll stop.
Oh, so then you know that it's already
It'll be
stabilized.
stable. Yeah. So like right here, they're not moving anymore. They're stable.
sorry, I'm getting like really close.
No, you're fine. So they're stable, and now we'll explain what we're doing. So the first part of our test is the leak test.
Mm-hmm.
Can't lose 4 psi in a minute. That's all you got to say. Start your timer.
Mm-hmm.
Simple. In the paperwork, I know it's like you got to do this for this and this and this. Simplify it. Can't lose 4 psi in a minute. Start your timer. Just make sure you tell them what you're doing, so like a leak test.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much now you're just watching the gauges. As long as you don't press hard on the pedal, they will not move. At 30 seconds, it's kind of like a halftime report. Hey, it's been 30. I still haven't lost more than 4. Keep waiting.
And that's when you will see like these will start going that way.
Yeah.
Both of these. Okay. Primary, secondary.
The biggest thing about these, so obviously you can tell there's no little indicators for
The 4, yeah.
So you see the little notches in the red right there?
Uh-huh.
Those are 5 psi apart.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if you can tell that that's been moving as much as those are spaced apart, then you know you're leaking.
Yeah, and you would probably hear it, right? 'Cause no, you won't hear it. Okay.
No, because you might hear it here, and you just might hear it there, but if it was leaking in the trailer, you'd never hear it.
Oh, that's true.
All right, so it's been a minute. We didn't lose more than 4 psi. You can take your foot off. Next test, low warning, comes on before 55. That's it. Pump until you hear the alarm. The alarm works. Last test is the emergency brakes, and they should pop between 20 and 40. Pump until they come out. So one pops out, the other pops out, brake test complete.
Okay. Under 50. It doesn't say 40. Okay.
Yeah, no, it won't say anything. And
20
when you
and
do the very last one, the pop out, don't worry about those. Just worry about watching those pop out.
Okay.
They're going to pop out. So that's just what you're worried about, is making sure they do pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're not going to pop out at a perfect 20 or a perfect 40. They'll pop out in between, or they might pop out at 18. Don't say that, though. Just say between 20 and 40, they come out.
Okay. Awesome.
And that's it.